Tell me a little bit about our local connection with you, obviously here in Indiana. So much of our introduction to you and our interaction with you is related to community of some kind. You're either volunteering, you're donating, you're supporting, you've got board members of organizations. You're about as connected into the fabric as anybody I know. Why is that so important? And maybe even more so, why is that so important, especially right now?
Well, we're in uncharted waters, Chris, as you know. And I think the legacy of supporting the community comes back to benefit you in these times. People remember those who are around in the tough times, who's helped support them when they needed to be supported. And Horizon's celebrating its 147th year in business. And as such, we had that legacy of being here for the community through multiple recessions. The 1918 pandemic we survived, we're still here, and we're going to continue to be here afterwards. It's that footprint in history of our company that gives us the foundation and continue to volunteer, donate, and contribute back to our community. I've been banking in 41 years, and it's been absolutely amazing what's taken place the last 90 days. I've seen things that I've never seen before, and our employees have stepped it up. By example, we have closed to over 2,300 payroll protection program loans. I'll give you that kind of perspective. We close about 250 business loans a month. We closed that many in 3 weeks. We had people working weekends, evenings. They were inputting applications at 4 a.m, some of our employees. And so we are stepping it up to help, and we feel like serving the community and providing a benefit and bringing those resources from the federal government into our local markets. And then you would put on top of that, we are booking record mortgage loans right now. Last month, we did $95 million in mortgage loans closed. And last year, our average was $35 million. It's a great time to be buying a house, selling a house, upgrading a house. The cost of financing is incredibly cheap. So yeah, I always say you have to give what the market is providing you. Today, they're providing low interest rates. So who can benefit the most? Long-term financing, fixed assets, mortgage, housing is a great opportunity.
What is it that the folks that work for you, in addition to working up to 4 o'clock in the morning or as early as 4 o'clock in the morning, those folks that have been incredibly responsive on all that business assistance and customer assistance, why is it so important to have so many of those people out in the community, helping out the schools, volunteering, working at the food bank? You see them all over the place.
Yeah, our philosophy is people first. We like to hire employees who are locally engaged. They're present, they're active in the community, they show up at events. And banking is a relationship business, and to do that well, you need to be engaged in your community. You need to have your boots on the ground, your ears to the ground, and listening to what's going on and taking place. And that's how we can fit in to find those needs to support. In addition to our volunteerism effort and community engagement, we have contributed $280,000 to COVID-19 funds just in Indiana, primarily through food pantries, United Ways, and then on top of that, we have another $500,000 in grants to be given out to not-for-profit organizations this year. So that says a lot about the community bank. I think community banks in general, we're here for the customers, and then we have a lot of good community banks throughout Northwest Indiana. We're just proud to say we're one of those. There's a lot of anxiety, especially in the initial days of COVID-19, of what's taking place. How will we deal with the new unknowns? What's the new norm going to be? How do we reopen even our questions that we're getting? And I'm not sure about you, but I've been in so many Zoom meetings lately that I'm getting inundated with information. I go home at night, I don't even turn the television on. I'm up to speed already on COVID-19. But the banking and the financial well-being of our communities, customers, employees is just part of that. And so we have to reach out to our customers and provide them information that they want to hear from us versus from third parties. Our alternative banking channels are up 40% compared to 2019, and that includes our internet mobile banking. Our call center volume is up substantially. And so our customers are getting accustomed to using alternative banking channels. We acquired last year a bank that had interactive teller machines, which are also known as virtual tellers, where you can bank from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. with a teller at one of these units. And so we went out and purchased another 9 of these units, and we're seeing the activity increase as well. So you have access to a teller through longer hours, extended hours, and so forth. So I think the way people are going to continue to conduct business is through these alternative banking channels. In addition, we're reaching out to our customers more frequently than we did pre-COVID-19, and that's by telephone, emails, the virtual meetings and so forth are taking place. And it's more convenient for them and us, and I think they appreciate the backward contact. So yeah, we're going to do business differently going forward. Well, the ingenuity to create revenue has been incredible. And my hat's off to the restaurant industry. We were concerned of a couple of industry groups. One was restaurants, so the other is hotels. But the restaurant industry and their pickup service in generally have a good cash flow coming in. They're able to maintain where they're at. That, in addition to providing some payment relief through interest-only payments or extending, deferring their payments, it's going to help that sector get through this crisis. We have some great people throughout Northwest Indiana. It's a wonderful story, and I think there's a lot of hidden secrets. My favorite restaurant's in Whiting, Indiana, and as you can tell, I enjoy a good meal once in a while. And just we're blessed with so much here, and good work ethic from our employees. As I've talked earlier about Horizon's employees, what they put forth, and I think it's going to really be to our benefit going forward. It's going to be a growth market. The number of people volunteering and helping others. We have employees as well as associates of ours that are volunteering to take food to those that cannot get out, the senior population, the higher risk populations. We're supporting the hospitals, and the caregivers have been phenomenal in this time period. And so just our ability in the human spirit has been wonderful to see engaged in the ingenuity of the American people to survive. We're going to get through this and continue to go forward. And it's going to be a great lesson learned for all of us going in the future. We can say we've been through this, we know how to do it again. So.
Thank you a ton for coming on with us today. I look forward to sharing this interview out. And as always, thanks for sending along all your positive news.
And thank you for delivering the positive message to Northwest Indiana. Much appreciated.